Cool. Thanks for being on, you guys. We're going to keep it, like I said, short and sweet tonight. I only did 3 slides, and this is all about the power of planting seeds, which seems to be a bit of an issue with people. I am going to mute you guys for now. Love you, but I'm muting you because you're noisy. Okay, and then I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Awesome. Hey, Tiffany, thumbs up if you can see my slide. Thanks. Okay, and this is a lovely slide prepared by my husband because I don't have an assistant right now. He just moved to Alabama. So he put this together for me. Like I said, this is like short and sweet, only 3 slides, and it's because I see a lot of us are running into issues with not really sure we know how to plant the seeds or how to, get the conversation going. So that's what it's all about. So we have reviewed this before. Planting seeds is so important, and you can plant seeds directly or indirectly. And I'm going to give you some examples tonight, but I've been doing it for so long that it is so natural to me to be able to plant seeds. You start any conversation with me, I can plant a fitness seed in there. I can plant a Beachbody seed in there. I don't care if we're talking about worms, shoes, doesn't matter what it is. So that's what you need to really get good at, is the art of planting seeds. So first of all, the first thing you need to be doing is consistently posting on Facebook. And you need to have thought every time you post. So you have to ask yourself, is this providing value to somebody? And I mean, because I struggle with it too, so many times I'm like, oh crap, I haven't posted on Facebook today. I need to post something, and I'll like put something janky up there. So try to put thought into what you're posting. It doesn't have to necessarily be about Beachbody. Remember 80-20 rule. So 80% of what you're posting is just about you, fun, family, your big boy or big girl job, whatever. 20% of it is about Beachbody, and it doesn't have to be like a direct invite. It could be something, a picture of you with your Shakeology. I was talking to one of our new coaches on our team, Angie, last night, and she was telling me so far with Shakeology, she is having unbelievable sleep. Like, she used to toss and turn at night, and since she's been drinking Shakeology, she sleeps like a baby. Like, she falls asleep and she doesn't wake up until the next morning. And so I said, take a picture of yourself sitting in your bed with your glass of Shakeology and just talk about that, how Shakeology is helping you sleep. That could be a seed that you're planting too. But if you're only always talking about just Shakeology or just Beachbody, then that's icky, and that will definitely come across as salesy. So keep it that way. So keep planting the seeds that way. Just be consistent, and if you can, I know it seems like a lot, try to post 3 to 5 times a day on Facebook, because Facebook wants you to post more because they want you utilizing Facebook. So the more you post, the more it increases your affinity. It's a formula within Facebook, which basically means the likelihood that Facebook is going to pop it on other people's news feeds. So if you can, like sometimes I'll sit down and I'll grab my phone. And so when I'm waiting in the pickup line to get my son, or, whenever I have extra time, I'll like type in some posts and I'll save it. So I always have something to post when I need to. And I talked to a coach this week who had a great idea of, she created a Google Doc, and every time she posts in Facebook, she pastes it in her Google Doc and saves every single one of her posts, and then just like reuses the content, which I think is genius. I need to start doing that for sure. So just be aware that the more you post, the more news feeds, all of your stuff is going to show up on. Also, Facebook loves, loves, loves raw video. And when I say raw video, I mean video that you take from your phone, hi, my name is Angie Green, blah, 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 and upload it to Facebook. So not sharing a YouTube link or something like that, but really uploading video from your phone. Facebook loves that. They'll slap it on people's news feeds and more people will see it. Okay, so 2 to 4 times a month is when you're going to do a direct What is Coaching invite. Have you ever considered, use those words, talk about what it's done for you, invite them to our sneak peek. We have those once a month. Let's see, the next one is March 21st. So you've got a week to invite. You can do Instagram posts, run a Facebook ad, whatever you want to do. But make sure that you definitely drop that information in there. That's really important. Private message initiated conversation. So this is primarily what we're going to talk about in terms of planting seeds and using that have you considered, and then of course tracking your progress of the people that you are inviting or planting seeds with. That's important. You could plant a seed and you're not going to know if it's going to lead anywhere if you don't follow up with them and keep the conversation going. This is a slide that I made. So this was a quote that I read today, and it's called, it was about self-discipline. The book it's Michael Hyatt's book, so it was a free book that we got from Shalene at Smart Success, and talks about basically what self-discipline is. And I put this on here, and I put my very first Beachbody paycheck, $5. August in 2008. And actually, I signed up, I think I honestly signed up December of 2007. I made $0 until August because I did nothing with the business. I didn't know what I was doing, so I sat on it. You've heard that story, I'm sure. Anyways, this is my first paycheck, $5. So as many of you probably saw that I hit that new milestone in my business. It was a few weeks back. And I just put this in here because I want to reiterate the power of planting seeds and how important it is to have discipline and to plant those seeds every single day, because it's not going to happen overnight, but over time, it will definitely grow. So please, please, please trust me when I say that, because when I started this business, I never thought I was going to be where I am today. And I wouldn't if I hadn't planted all those seeds and I wasn't consistent with it. Okay. So here's a couple of light bulb moments that we had on the team this week that I wanted to share with you. So this one was from one of our coaches, and I took her name out because I forgot to ask if I could use it. So she sent me a conversation, and she's like, how do I respond to this person? How do I plant a seed? They were talking about the military. They both had a relative in the military, and they were not having a conversation about Beachbody at all. It was strictly about their common interests with their relatives who are both in the military. And so she's like, what do I say? And I said, oh, just connect the military to hardcore, or connect the military to your fitness business that provides a service for military. Like, it's so easy to connect it that way. And so you can see on our text thread back and forth. So she did that, and she said, I can't remember exactly what she said. She had said, part of my fitness business offers, we just released a new program that's military based as a way to highlight the military, and it's so awesome. And I'm actually running a challenge group around that program. Do you know anybody who might be interested? That was the script we came up with. And so this person responded back and said, sure, I'm interested. Can I have more info? So the coach sent me this text saying, what do I say? How do I respond to that? I don't know what to say. And so you can see me in the blue. I'm like, see, you just have to ask the question. You just have to plant the seed. You follow the scripts. There are so many scripts in the Team Dynamite file section that you can use. And then so she's like, I don't know what to say. And I said, well, text me what you think you would say, and I'll look at it, because it's the only way we learn. She goes, ugh, I'm such a baby. So I told her, just go for it. And so you can read here what she had said, a little bit about the information. And guess what? They're having a brand new conversation about that, which is awesome. Here's another one. And Jessica, thank you for letting me use this. Jessica gave me her permission here. But you can see, let's see if I can blow it up even more for you guys. You can see here that she was having a conversation with someone, and it had just kind of stopped. Like, how are you? She asked, how are you? And Jessica's like, oh, fine. I'm getting ready to have this baby, and things are going well. You can see I'm excited to have another one. And then look at our conversation, because she was like, now that conversation was kind of stopped. So how could I basically plant a seed? And so through this conversation, which you guys can read, I had said, send her a message back and talk to her about how you can't wait to, get back into fitness after the baby. And so you're going to start this challenge group in the summer. And does she know anybody who might be interested? That's all you have to say. And so she's like, okay, I'm going to send it. And then look, she's like, you are so right, Angie. I did it. And here was the response. The girl came back interested. And Jessica said, I have to stop being so afraid. So I was like, oh my gosh, so many coaches are experiencing it this week. I need to share it with the team. We have to stop being so afraid, and we just have to plant the seed. You're not asking, when you're planting a seed, you're not asking them directly, do you want to be a coach? Do you want to buy Shakeology? You're just planting a seed, meaning you're just sprinkling a little something in there related to your business or even related just to fitness. Because if you can get the conversation at a fitness level, you can easily start to plant the seed at the Beachbody level. So, I mean, if you were to throw out anything to me, if you were throwing out, let's see, so today, so let's go back to my original example, worms, okay? We have worms in common. We're talking about worms all day long, back and forth. How the heck would I tie that back into Beachbody? I would probably say something like, oh my gosh, we had a ton of worms on our sidewalk today because it was so rainy. It did rain here. It rained most of the day today, so I was so frustrated I couldn't get outside for a walk or a run, so I just did a Beachbody program in my basement. Are you familiar with those programs? Woo! You're not saying, hey, I'm a coach. You're not saying, hey, buy Shakeology. You're just planting the seed. That's the only way that I can describe it. Now, if you come across someone in your newsfeed who has like flashing red lights, like Ideal Coach, you know, has already like putting progress pics, or you see that they're doing a program, they're posting containers, that's like easy peasy lemon squeezy. You should message them right away. But it's usually for the people that don't have some sign on their Facebook. It's like we don't know how we can start conversations with them. And here's the last one I'm going to share with you. Charity won't mind. When in doubt, this is what you do, you guys. This is how I built 90% of my business. I put my kid to bed. I got a glass of wine. I got my pajamas. I got my laptop. Took a couple sips of wine. Got some courage. And I just invite. And so I thought this was so funny because we're doing a Sprint to Diamond group right now. There's about maybe 10 people in the group. And so Charity was like, power hour with wine, because it'll help you relax. And actually, when Charity came to visit me a couple weeks ago, that's exactly what we did. Kid you not. We sat down with a bottle of wine on our laptops, on my couch, in our Star Wars pajamas, and we did a power hour together. We just like invited the crap out of people, or we just like planted seeds like crazy. So I'm going to unmute it because I want to see if you guys have questions, and I want to see too, if you feel like you're stuck in any of those conversations right now, that you don't know where to go next or how to plant a seed, give me some examples if you're not sure, and I can tell you, like, tell me, hey, Angie, so I'm talking to this girl and we're talking about whatever, rainbows and roses. How do I transition that into planting a seed for Beachbody? So I think I unmuted most of you. You can mute yourself, though, if you need to. Nothing, we're good. You just really have to get comfortable. You have to get comfortable with inviting, and you have to get comfortable with planting seeds. So you've got to figure out a way that you can transition the conversation into something fitness related or something Beachbody related without doing a direct invite, unless you are in a situation where the situation deserves a direct invite. That will make sense. Again, if it's somebody you see that's like using the programs or has weight loss success story or is posting inspirational stuff, that's really easy to say, oh my gosh, I look for people like you on my team. I would love to work with someone like you. And that works because I find people on Instagram all the time that have fitness accounts and they're posting all kinds of stuff. And so I'll just shoot a direct message and say, I love your page. It's so inspiring. I would love to have someone like you on my team. Are you interested, or have you ever considered really looking at fitness as a business? That's it. And 9 times out of 10, they come back like, oh my gosh, thank you for thinking of me, or I'm so flattered. Can you give me more information? So sometimes I think we get stuck in our head that, you know, building a team and inviting to add coaches is all about us and our team. And it's not, because you don't want to you're not inviting a person to join your team for your benefit. It's for their benefit. And the more you can help them succeed, the more success that you're going to have. You could sign up 20,000 coaches who do nothing, and guess how much you earn from that? Nothing. So I think that's why maybe we get held back sometimes, because you don't see an immediate return in this business. If you're a new coach, you don't see instant money, you don't see instant gratification. It takes time, and so it's harder to talk to somebody about that. But that's why if you can plant the seeds early on, it will lead to more conversation that can turn into Beachbody.
I had a question for you, Angie.
Yeah.
Just want to get your thoughts. So I took that, what is coaching PowerPoint that is in the, online back office. Mm-hmm. And I curtailed it. I put in my information, my pictures and stuff. And I was thinking of, maybe doing like a Zoom call, like with myself, to record it. And that way, if I ever have someone interested, I could just shoot them that video,
Definitely.
Me going through the presentation.
Yeah.
Have you done that before, or do you find more success with doing live Zoom calls? Or, because I was thinking I could send that and then follow up a phone call after they watched it. Mm-hmm. But I didn't know if you've done that before, or if you feel like live calls or, stuff like that has a better outcome.
It depends on the amount of time that you want to spend on that, because I am a firm believer in never having to reinvent the wheel. Actually, like if you saw these 4 slides that I originally put together, I'm all about, I find a YouTube, somebody's doing a PowerPoint or whatever, I'll take screenshots. This is system duplication. So I'm duplicating slides all the time, and actually Steve was the one who was like, that is jank, you are not using that PowerPoint, and I'm going to read it for you. And I was like, okay, they don't care. So if you think you have to invest a ton of time in it, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
It obviously you can personalize it, which would be awesome. But I send out the Platinum Presenters webinar, that 20-minute webinar. I told somebody this today, like I keep it in my back pocket. I have it on my phone, on my computer, in my purse. Like I carry that webinar link everywhere, because I seriously try to hand it out as much as I can on a daily basis. And so I just always have it accessible. Now, when I talked to Christine this weekend, she's like, oh my gosh, you're still using that webinar? It's so old. And I was like, I use it all the time and it works. So it works for me. I think like the sneak peeks work too.
Okay.
But I will say there is something to be said about getting somebody on the phone. So I don't prefer to talk on the phone as much as I would through back and forth messenger, but I have way more success. If I can send someone the webinar and then schedule a call with them in the next couple of days, and I can get them on the phone, 95% of the time I can close. Because I think, they hear your voice, you hear their voice, they can hear the passion and the energy in your voice. And so I think phone call is much more effective. But initially, you might want to just shoot them some type of webinar first. Because also when we get on the phone, we tend to word vomit. So I always schedule the phone call just as follow-up.
Yeah. Yeah, I just have to record myself.
Oh, good.
So we'll see.
That's always fun.
Yeah. I'm sure there'll be many takes.
Like I said, drink a glass of wine first, you'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, cool. Any other questions, you guys? So here's what I'm going to do. I'll upload this, and I will either get it on the Team Dynamite page tonight or tomorrow. It takes a while sometimes to upload to YouTube. But when I post it, and I'll remind you guys in this post, I want you to take screenshots of conversations where you feel stuck and post it underneath this post so I can help you respond. Or of course, you can private message it to me anytime, because every situation is different. So if you feel like you're at a stopping point, you're like, I don't know what to say next, I don't know how I can tie into Beachbody or plant a fitness seed somewhere, then just let me know and I can help you. But I will tell you that my number one tip is to always keep the conversation going. So never just be like, oh, cool, or okay, thanks so much. Always end with a question, because that is going to entice them to only continue to message you back. And then, so I try to never leave a message without asking another question. And then my second tip is, make sure that you ask them what they do for a living if you don't know them well, because that's a great conversation piece, and that's a great way to plant a seed, because if you ask them what they do for a living, they're going to ask you what you do for a living, and you're going to say, oh, well, I'm a speech therapist, but I also have my own fitness business on the side. Have you ever heard of Beachbody? That's it. So just keep those questions going. That's really what's most important. And then the third tip that I was going to leave you with is track it. So even though you're not really inviting them, if you're trying to plant seeds with them, make sure you write their name down, because I don't even want to talk about how many coaches or customers I've lost because I haven't written their name down. So Google Streak has been amazing for me. That's worked so well, and that's changed my business. I added 9 new team members within the last 2 weeks, and it is because I tracked on Streak. So that's my biggest piece of advice too. It's a little bit of a learning curve, but whatever, you spend 30 minutes trying to figure it out, and it's a great system to use. So, okay, you guys, I think that's it. Do you guys have anything else? You can let me know. Just message me. Sorry, ran over, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Thanks, Angie.
All right, bye.